Welcome everyone, this is Jocelyn, the Quantum Queen. Today, as you guys noticed, and maybe you clicked over from the readings, I'm going to be talking about this little video game matrix because that's what I'm going to be doing readings based off of. So welcome to this new little introduction to something new that I wanted to roll out onto the channel. So I'm going to explain very briefly. It'll also be helpful if you click on the links, and I'll be referencing them throughout the video so that you can get an understanding of how I kind of view this whole like little matrix that we go through as we're trying to up level, as we're trying to get to the next level of our own evolution, or the kind of the quantum leap that we're trying to take into the next version of ourselves. So first off, I'll touch on maybe some basics of quantum physics, but you can check the link above and it will take you over to where I actually dive into the experiments as far as the double slit experiment, superposition, entanglement, all of that good stuff. So if you want to go ahead there, click the link above and it will take you right over there, or you can go down in the description box and there will be links to other videos below, or you can jump to the end of this video and there will be a little playlist for you to dive into all of my other videos where I talk about in-depth quantum physics. So let's dive in. So if you guys have had a personal reading with me or had one-on-one coaching with me, I often refer to how life is literally like this video game matrix that we're going through. It's a chemical, it's like a little bit of a computer game that we're in, because what we're dealing with right now in our current reality is a lot of artificial intelligence. And you guys know I talk a lot on my channel about free radicals and how they're a man-made molecule. They're what I call the narcissistic molecule, the man-made molecule, all that, the energy vampire molecule, because when they go into your body, they go up to your healthy cells, they're missing an electron, and they take the electron or the energy that they need to complete itself. And then that turns into a domino effect within all the other cells. The cells will start taking energy from one another. And then this becomes an outward reflection in your current relationships. So if you're having current relationships where you're dealing with a narcissist or you're dealing with an energy vampire, it's a holographic projection and reflection of what's going on internally in your cells, the relationship that your cells have with one another. So now that you understand that foundation, I'm going to help you to understand what goes on when you're trying to get to the next level of yourself, because we as humans, we're made up of 7 times 10 to the 27th atoms. We're made up of energy, light, vibrations. We are wavelengths of energy. It's just that our 5 senses are interpreting who we are and putting it into a form, into a structure based off of your vibration. All right. So this whole video game matrix thing, what begins to happen is you'll usually start out, and it's really similar to the tarot. You'll start out on phase 1 of something, right? And you're new, you're having to learn new things. You're a bit of a novice, and it's a little humbling because you're having to just retain information. So you get into a new environment, a new relationship, a new job, and you're just having to fill yourself up of energy and vibrations and understand what is going on around you, because you're evolving, you're expanding as an energetic being. Your little atoms, they're absorbing information, very specific information and energy from your outward environment and helping it to build. It's the building blocks of which your cells and your organs and your whole human entity are built off of. So every tiny little thing that you put into it, the human entities that you're surrounded by, all of that is going to completely factor into who you are. All right. So as you're going throughout this level, right, you usually have these goals. You're looking towards the future and you're thinking about, okay, I'm getting all this information, and you start putting together all of these formulations and structures inside of your mind of who you want to become or visions of your future. And a lot of the times as you're learning new things and your observation is kind of distracted and put on new interesting things for you to learn, you're going through kind of up leveling of vibrations. It gets higher and higher. Like your little electrons, they're absorbing energy. That's quantum tunneling. So you're absorbing that from your environment based off of who you're surrounded by, the foods that you're eating, all that good stuff, right? So as you are going throughout the level, it's so literal. I love it. But you are absorbing all of this information, everything around you. And it is literally like a video game. You almost have like any type of fear or negative emotions that you're thinking with your thoughts, and those are releasing brain chemicals that have a certain vibration to them. And if you are also ingesting more free radicals in your environment, all of those factors taking into effect, then free radicals make you think low vibrational thoughts anyway. They can make you think more stressful or fear-based thoughts. So when you're getting ready to up level and maybe get to the next highest version of yourself, when you're trying to jump to level 2 of your progression, all of those negative emotions, those thoughts, all those brain chemical releases, they've been accumulating inside of your body. So a lot of the times you do actually create a little bit of a holographic projection of whatever your own monster is. And that could be something reflective from childhood if you haven't like alchemized your body from childhood and taken care of, and we're a carbon-based unit. So if you haven't taken all that base lead energy, base lead turned into gold, if you haven't taken all that low vibrational energy and alchemized it to its highest state of energy and being, then you will start projecting it into your environment. You'll start kind of looking for a monster that you have to battle. Literally. This is how crazy you can be as you're like projecting your own fears, your confidences, whatever they are. So then, usually at that time, not usually, always, you're going to attract a narcissist or whatever, wherever you land on the scale, because it's not only active inside of you. Any type of artificial intelligence that's active inside of you, based off of those free radicals, is how you're going to attract a narcissist into your space, because they're going to be a complete energetic match to it. They operate from the low vibrational emotions of shame, guilt, and fear. And if you have that conjured up within inside of your energetic being, you're going to pull that into your experience. So every time you're about to up level, you're literally confronting your fears manifested in another human. It doesn't always mean they're real or not. Like, that's the tricky thing, is if you start pulling in a person and you're codependent, like you have low self-esteem or you feel like you can't do something yourself or accomplish something, boom, you're gonna pull in a narcissist, all right? And you can click above and I have a video that talks about when a narcissist enters your life and what it reflects as far as your chakras, your energetic, kind of like energetic systems inside of your body, the root chakra, which is your reproductive organs, your gut, all of that. Okay, so you can click the link above and check out that video where I dive into those details. But what I wanted to talk about, so usually as you are confronting a narcissist, you will go through, and this is a very popular, sorry, I have messages coming in and I know it's distracting me. So when you have a narcissist that energetically comes in as a match to you in your life, what you will start doing is, there's this infamous kind of phrase, or it's just something that everyone knows, that you will usually go back to an abusive relationship about 7 times. Which you guys have known I talk about on my channel all the time, that I feel as though there's something very synchronistic or not, or like serendipitous, that the earth was said to have been created in 7 days, and yet we go back to an abusive relationship at least 7 times, because it's very similar to your Everest. you are trying to acclimate to a newer version of yourself and gaining more power, more strength, more courage, whatever, to take the leaps that you want to take in your life towards something that you're chasing after. So when you pull in this narcissist, yes, you will continue to go back to that narcissist about 7 times at least, because you're also going through a lot of like raising your energy whenever you dip back down in energies, because when you confront the narcissist, and that entanglement is going to lower your vibration, because the entanglement that you're experiencing with that person is not only activating a lot of fear, stress, and cortisol releases within your body, and that confusion will make you, it's the cognitive dissonance, it makes you forget all the things that you need to do to take care of yourself, because both narcissists and empath lack self-care discipline, straight up. Or they lack the ability to continue day by day to do their alchemization process when it comes to cellular rejuvenation, cleansing out the free radicals or lower vibrational entities and filling it with a higher energy. All right. So when you entangle with the narcissist, you will get so confused or maybe thrown off balance, and then you'll start being pulled to other things that in our environment that are lower energy. Maybe foods that are full of free radicals, or environments or things of that nature, because you've disconnected from yourself at that point. But then it is so similar to dying in a video game. Or if I'm to relate it to Harry Potter, you know, they're really kind of similar in a crazy way. Because when you get to that point of maybe like really coming close to attaining something or accomplishing something in your life, like sometimes you'll pull in the narcissist when you're right close to your transformation, and then you'll go back to square one, okay? And then you have to go again, because all the while what you're doing as well is you're accumulating resources. You're like pulling in things into your environment, into your energetic being, to help you to conquer this monster or this shadow projection of whatever you're trying to deal with. It is a reflection of something that you dealt with in your childhood, some type of trauma that's just accumulated over time. So that's pretty much what you're doing. So going back to the video game reference, it's really hilarious, because you start out the beginning of a level. If this was like Mario, you're a little Mario, you're tiny, you're small, and you have to gain all these things. You have to get a mushroom and you get bigger, or you get like another type of mushroom and it gives you more energy, or you get a flower and you can shoot down things, you know, or you get a feather and you can fly. And then you accumulate coins. All of that is completely identical to what we're doing as far as evolving as humans, coming up in vibration. And that's what you're going to be doing throughout these levels that you go through. And then there comes a point where you'll have enough resources, or you'll have enough of whatever you've been trying to accumulate. You'll have enough of that to actually be able to, whatever, conquer your monster or whatever that is. But that's also where, if I'm going to pull in the planets, those entanglements with the planets are so beneficial as well, because they're going to be zapping certain particular parts of your anatomy and helping you to transform and grow. But you as a human, you also have to meet the universe halfway by looking to raise your energy, trying to continue to alchemize in all the ways that you know personally is what is best for you. But generally as humans, it's pretty basic as far as sweating, filling the cells with something of a higher vibration, all that good stuff. So, trying to think if there was anything else that I was going to add. So just so you know too, that's pretty much the process, is like it's nothing really easy. Nothing comes to us just like that overnight. You can accomplish a lot of great things as long as you persevere and you continue to like recognize whatever you need to accomplish whatever you need to accomplish for yourself energetically. Make sense? So those are the little things that you have to look at really accumulating as you go throughout these levels and as you try to get up to that point, because I love it because it is so similar to that video game reference. It finally comes to a point that you're battling your fear, your narcissist, you're coming right up close to it. Whether it's an actual human or it can just be your own projection. Either way. And so it comes to that point that as long as you have enough resources to ease your mind, because the whole goal of going throughout these levels is to try to maintain peace and overcome that lower energy, those free radicals, or the ego that wants to pull you into stress. Because every time you start releasing an excess amount of stress, cortisol, brain chemicals, you're going to disconnect from the universe 100% of the time. It literally makes you just not intelligent. So that's why you'll want to develop certain things along your path in your levels to be able to keep a very calm, even keel, no matter what you're experiencing and no matter what you're going through. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. I just wanted to give you guys like a foundation to go off of to kind of explain these readings that I'm going to be doing every month, because I'm really excited to add them to the channel. I've been looking forward to this for months. You guys don't even know, like I've been planning this out. So again, I hope that is a good little like understanding. It kind of like electrifies your brain and starts getting you thinking about how you can apply that to where you're at right now. And hopefully the readings help you guys out. I love you so much. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you even got something useful from this video, and I will see you guys in the readings. Take care.